Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. Today is going to be STS Radio finally making its return in 2015. It's been a good little while. I was bracing myself on the excuse, honestly, that, there was the Christmas season. After the Christmas season came New Year's season, and then just, I'll do it next week, and I'll do it next week, but here we are. We're finally counting it down into the Royal Rumble. Last night was the big go-home show on Monday Night Raw. Finally, they start hyping the actual Royal Rumble match. It's a week out. At TLC, we had Roman Reigns say that he was going to win the Rumble. A few weeks ago, we had Daniel Bryan's decision saying that he was going to enter into the Royal Rumble. And then we have nothing. We really don't know anybody except for Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Bray Wyatt as competitors. Tonight we're going to be getting the Santino Marella WWE special where he's going to be hopefully releasing more people into the Rumble. Hopefully we'll be seeing people pulling out balls from the tumbler and seeing what's going down. The Royal Rumble, always one of the funnest shows that there is out there. When I look at this show, honestly, it makes me laugh a little bit. For the last month, I've been doing a lot of reviews on the Stevie Breach channel here of previous Rumbles. I went back and started all the way in 1989 to 1990, 1991. Got to a point where I hit 1995 and was like, I'm not watching this show. Skipped all the way until I believe 1998. And, started going from there. But it just reminds me, when I look at this card, the undercard, man, it reminds me of those older Rumbles. I remember watching one show when it was the team of, the Bushwhackers and Hacksaw Jim Duggan going up against the Rougeau brothers in a match that was like, how do you even get heat on this to make people care about it? The Royal Rumble, when it was first created, never really had a reason why they were having this match. They never really got over the fact of, were they wrestling for a title shot? Were they wrestling for just respect in the locker room? Were they wrestling for a large purse or reward for winning the match? Cash money put up by Vince McMahon himself. It just was a big match, and we all watched it, and we all loved it. WrestleMania 1990, possibly one of my favorite Rumbles to watch every Rumble season, with all the Hall of Famers entering in there. When I look at this card, it makes me wish that we were watching the Royal Rumble 2011 here. Honestly, one of my favorite Rumbles, because you got a WWE Championship match, you got a World Heavyweight Championship match, you got a Divas match, and then you got the big-ass 40-man Royal Rumble. That was it. This show coming up this year, 2015, we've got a pre-show match at the New Day. All three guys going in a six-man tag, wrestling against Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Adam Rose. We've got the New Age Outlaws going up against the Ascension in another tag team match. We've got the Usos putting up the tag team championship up against Miz and Damian Sandow for the millionth time. We've got a Divas tag match, including the Divas champion. No Divas title on the line. The Bella Twins teaming up against the Total Divas pair of Natalya and Paige. And then the big one that is going to send us to WrestleMania 31. Brock Lesnar putting the WWE Championship on the line against John Cena and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, the up-and-coming new main eventer of the WWE, ever since breaking off from the Shield, winning the Money in the Bank briefcase at the June Money in the Bank pay-per-view, has been running around with this briefcase. And he's had no champion to chase since Brock Lesnar hasn't been seen, really since Seth Rollins gave him the curb stomp to end Night of Champions back in September. Pretty much makes that briefcase worthless, but we still saw it on the house shows. We still saw it on Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins waving it around like it really meant something. That contract, it only means something if you got a champion to cash it in on. People can say whatever they want to about Brock Lesnar's title reign. I was not the biggest fan of it, and I'm hoping that at this year's Royal Rumble, we're going to see a new champion crowned, even if it goes to Seth Rollins, where he has the championship and the Money in the Bank briefcase. I want to see somebody new. Brock going into WrestleMania, having to just a normal match, I think is going to have a lot more build for it. I don't want to see another WrestleMania 20 situation for Brock Lesnar where he went up against Goldberg and the crowd just revolted on the match, knowing that both guys were leaving and both guys didn't give a care about the match. Stone Cold Steve Austin has talked in interviews about being in that match and wishing he could have done this, that, or the other. He didn't want to take away from the shine of Goldberg and Lesnar, but he was just there to count the 1, 2, 3 pretty much. But he said that maybe if he would have hit the ropes, maybe if he would have fired up on Lesnar or Goldberg, and maybe the crowd could have got into that match and maybe something could have been saved from it. But in today's SDS Radio, we're going to be counting down and talking about all the matches. Of course, we're going to be talking about all the hopeful surprise returns coming from the Rumble. Lots of talk about the show being in Philadelphia and having an ECW feel. So we're going to be counting it down. So sit tight, go to the kitchen, grab you a snack. Sit down with a big glass of milk, maybe get some Oreos, and we'll be counting it down. But I'll see you after this, and we'll talk in the next segment.